watching ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
Welcome back. 3 U.S. officials have confirmed to ABC News that the U.S. military shot down another high-altitude object earlier this afternoon. This one over Lake Huron, marking the latest in a string of such related incidents. Here's ABC's Elwin Lopez with the details.
U.S. officials have confirmed to ABC News that another high-altitude object was shot down Sunday afternoon over Lake Huron. According to one official, it was shot down by a U.S. military aircraft. Today's incident comes one day after another unidentified object was shot down on Saturday, according to officials. This one over the Yukon in Canada. The object first detected Friday night, Canadian and U.S. planes scrambling to scope it out. President Biden speaking to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, giving the green light for a U.S. F-22 fighter jet to take the shot. Trudeau thanking the long-standing partnership that monitors the sky and the sea, writing, quote, "Thank you to NORAD for keeping the watch over North America."
I also spoke with President Biden and confirmed together that we will continue to do everything necessary to protect the sovereignty of our shared North American airspace.
Saturday's incident comes just one day after a U.S. fighter jet shot down a similar object over Alaska. The military and FBI are now working to recover that object. It also comes on the heels of the U.S. shooting down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina on February 4th after it transversed the United States.
Shooting the balloon down in the Atlantic once it flew over all the military bases, including my own Fort Campbell, Kentucky, it's very disturbing. I'm glad this administration's taking it more seriously with respect to the balloons, but we've got a whole lot bigger problem with China than the spy balloon.
But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer defended the Biden administration's handling of the situation.
We're going to probably be able to piece together this whole surveillance balloon and know exactly what's going on. So that's a huge coup for the United States.
Schumer says the U.S. gained intelligence information from surveilling that balloon. Elwin Lopez, ABC News, Atlanta.
In national news, after 14-year-old Adriana Kuch took her own life just 2 days after a video of her being beaten went viral, the superintendent of that New Jersey school district is now resigning. Dr. Trentafilos Parlapanides caught the school board's attention after a series of interviews he gave regarding the incident. The board saying they're evaluating all current and past cases of bullying. Adriana's father, Michael Kuch, devastated by the onlookers doing nothing, he says, to help his daughter.
All they were doing was just giggling while they walked down the hall because they knew what they were going to do.
2 students involved have been charged with conspiracy to aggravated assault, a 3rd student charged with aggravated assault, and a 4th student charged with harassment. As tributes continue to pour in for Adriana, a balloon release happening last night in her hometown to honor her life. And in international news, rescue workers continue to search through the devastation and destruction, hoping to find more survivors nearly a week after a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Turkey and Syria. The death toll now stands at more than 33,000 lives lost across the 2 countries. Here's ABC's Lama Hassan with the details.
Nearly a week after that devastating earthquake struck Turkey and Syria, Turkish officials issuing arrest warrants targeting more than 130 people allegedly involved in the construction of those collapsed buildings that killed thousands of families as they slept. The hope of finding any more survivors buried beneath the rubble continues to fade.
Yeah, it's many days beyond now, so naturally the temperature, the climate's pretty rough here, and the type of collapse and structures that are down on them are make it very difficult for them.
Still, glimmers of hope as rescuers work tirelessly to find survivors. In Hatay, Turkey, a 2-month-old baby pulled from the rubble of a decimated building. Nearby, a 7-year-old boy rescued at the 136th hour. And 147 hours after the quake hit, this 10-year-old girl now freed from beneath the destruction. USAID rescue officials and dogs continue to scour hundreds of sites across the city, hoping to find more survivors. U.S. military aircraft and supplies are now arriving in Turkey to aid the response. But across the border in Syria, there have been challenges getting aid to the victims. homes.
People haven't got food, they haven't got medicines, they haven't got basic hygiene supplies. The water and sanitation is in ruins. So this is a community for whom the earthquake was one massive hit. But the grave danger they face now almost affects more people.
For those who survived the quake, many are now left with nothing. Temporary accommodations made out of shipping containers that were used to house World Cup fans in Qatar are now being shipped to Turkey to provide shelter for some who are now homeless. Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
All right, coming up, here's a live look at Deer Valley. What a beautiful day across northern Utah. Gorgeous Sunday. We do have a storm system on the way. We're tracking it. We'll talk about the changes brewing. Details coming up after the break. Stay with us.